Hi, everybody. This is Patrick with OnStation. I'm our CEO. Very excited to be presenting our software to you. Thank you for this opportunity. Let's jump in. So this project started, this challenge session started with taking CAD files in from UDOT that they had put together. And I'm going to walk you through a little bit of how we get set up on the project so that you can see how you can take these CAD files through OnStation and put them into the field for our digital as-built solution. We have a form on our website. It's easy to submit. The user just fills out some information, attaches the project files, and submits them directly. The OnStation engineering team takes it from there. So it's pretty simple. We also, through ProjectWise, have connected to a handful of DOTs directly. We get a list of projects so we can prioritize them, but then we can go in, we're pulling the source files and building our projects at scale. So if you're using Bentley products, this is another way that we can mass produce these project files and get jobs into the app. We work with all different platforms, so DGNs, DWGs, Trimble, IFC. We can ingest all sorts of project files. The key is that you submit them to us, our engineering team does the work and displays them in our application. For this particular job, what we found was interesting when we first brought them in, when they were converted into the software, the the coordinate system, the numbers didn't come over correctly, and it originally put the line work in the middle of the ocean. And I just wanted to point this out because if we're trying to do digital as-built inspection at scale, converting these engineering files into usable files in the field is a process. And even in this controlled pilot environment, there were still some issues in doing that. But our engineering team, we were able to figure out the coordinate system. We also noticed there was a random scale factor in the plans. So we applied that scale factor and got the line work to appear correctly on the map. If this was a real job, we probably would have gone back to the designer or the project owner, verified the location a little bit more. But given that it's not a live project and we're doing this video, we were confident enough, let's just roll with what we have. But if it was a live project, we would ensure a little more accuracy. I want to just show this because our solution is built to manage all of your projects. And if we want to do something at scale, DOTs have hundreds of jobs a year. They're managing hundreds of projects from the previous year. There needs to be a way to generate these projects and put them into an application. And we have a lot of this built in as part of our solution. So the project files come in, we do our work, we lock them into the coordinate system, apply the scale factor, and they're ready to be accessed. So if you're going to use OnStation, it starts with an app download. Go to the Google Play Store, the Apple App Store. We also have a web-based version. Your rollout is downloading an app, creating an account, and logging in. And then you can have one job in there. You can have 300 jobs in there. You can scroll through and manage all of your projects from this application. There's no additional equipment needed. We work with the phones that everybody has, so you don't need any extra gear there. And we do offer a full online, offline functionality mode. You can do work in the field offline, come back into the office or the network, sync up, and everything transfers. So for this particular job or this contest, we created a digital as-built virtual project within OnStation. And so if you were using our app, you would go in and you would search for the digital as-built project, hit select, and as you can see, the line work loads, the map loads, and instantly on your phone, you see the project right in front of you. We start with the alignment, station alignment offset. That's the language of construction. And we provide that instantly on your phone, wherever you are. It switches alignments automatically. You can lock onto an alignment to continue to get your readings. So picture overpasses, off ramps, roundabouts. If you were on the project, it would be a blue dot and it would follow and give your location reading instantly at the bottom. We say location is the number one needed item on a project, so why not always have it? While stationing is a language of construction, we know that maintenance uses a different language. That could be linear reference system, that could be lat long, that could be mile marker. For most states, we've ingested this information and it allows the user to toggle back and forth at the bottom and do that conversion automatically. So instantly you can go from stationing to mile marker to linear reference system to lat long and back and forth as needed. We also can take your design layer file. So as part of this project, several different layers were included. And this is the line work of the project overlaid on the map with your project specific stationing. It turns that CAD work really into usable data, because a lot of times the contractors get these files, they don't have the softwares to be able to view them. We handle that. All they have to do is access the job and the line work is visible to that. So edge of pavement, right of way, existing utilities, proposed utilities, really anything you want to put in the app that you have a file for, you can view that in its location on the map and just make better decisions. So another feature that we offer is a measuring tool. This allows you to quickly and easily capture areas and lengths. We offer 4 different options to capture these areas. We give you readouts in feet, yards, miles, and acres. This can be distance or squared acres, squared yards. The important part is these readings are anchored at their station location, which just add a photo to it, and it just gives you better asset tracking, better details out in the field. Okay, so for our challenge section, we chose 2 examples. We chose a drainage example and a signage example. I'm going to run through the drainage example first. We've got our project in place on the map. It's downloaded into the inspector's app, and they're ready to use it. First, we're showing you the drainage layer. In MicroStation, we're focusing on P316 to kind of tell this story. And we're going to switch over to our application. We're going to turn on the drainage layer, and we've dropped a couple of flags. We call this flag and chat, which allows the user to not only see the data that was included in the files, but they can add their stationing to it. They can add photos, the tags for the size of the pipe, the type of pipe, the pay line item, all that can be included. When they drop those flags, that creates a row in our OnStation portal, which then allows the user, the manager, I should say, to export that information back into GIS. It'll include any notes, photos, forms, station alignment, offset, and it's a way to easily take data from a file, make it usable in the field, so that the inspector can view the information and then update it and add to it as needed. So that's one example on a drainage file. We're going to go to the signage example. So that was another design layer that was added to our map. So first you see what it looks like in MicroStation. Then we're going to go to our app. We give you a visual of what those signs look like in their place. And then we also found, is included the Excel file with a bunch of different data points for each of these items. So again, we dropped a flag that stamps the date, time, and station of that particular asset. In this case, a no parking sign. We show you that the inspector can view the tags that we preloaded. They can also add their own tags, own photos if they need it, so that it's kind of a two-way street. We're pushing data out into the field, but we're also allowing them to capture field data and push it back into GIS to kind of complete that cycle, complete that asset tracking and management. So 2 examples of how we make it easy to view this information in the field and allow them to add to it while they're doing their work. And now I'm going to show you what we call on-station digital forms, because I think this is a great example of how we tie it all together. So at each of these flags, we can connect a dynamic digital form that's based off of the form Excel sheet, the intelligent data that you provide. And what this does is it preloads that information, so data from the files into the field, and it gives you source control. It gives you data standardization. You can have mandatory fields that they must fill out or update. You can have new fields where they can add information if there's a field modification or the data that was in the file is not correct, they can update it. We can link to your approved codes, your manufacturer item numbers, your pay line items. All that is synced on the back end, so the user in the field is just selecting and updating information based on pre-approved data that was provided to them. And then every time that a user hits save, it's creating another row in our database. And that's your record keeping. And so you can view that information. I'll show you how to export it in a second. By doing this forms, we talked to a lot of DOTs that they have district-wide density forms. And it just kind of drives them nuts, where if you do it in OnStation, there's that control where everybody is using the same form to do the same activity. So really it's combining location information with known asset details and then allowing the inspector to either verify or update that asset information. It kind of brings it all together. A real live example, I was watching some of the DOT endorsement videos, and somebody mentioned, imagine a world where we know the exact location of an asphalt load and the inspection report connected to it. For OnStation users that are set up for that, they don't have to imagine that. We do this right now. We can track a load through tickets. We can place those into our portal. We can then connect the inspection, the report, the density test, the core test at that location. We sync all that up in one view. A lot of it happens behind the scenes, and OnStation users are doing that right now. We're also talking to manufacturers that have those machines where the test results could be pre-populated into the forms. So just want to point that out because it's a great example of just combining all this in an easy to use format. Exporting options, we know that it's important that you have control over your data. So from the portal, we can do several different options, a KML, a CSV, a PDF, a GeoJSON file. You select how you want it. We can set up automated reports where it's a direct sync to an email if that's what you wish to see. And then also exciting, the new FHWA Open API for FHWA project. If your state is using that and you wish to connect, we can sync data through this function as well. And so there's defined endpoints. We would connect to those, and it's all behind the scenes. So if you want to push this into AWP, that's an option as well. So that's the on-station solution. I hope that you found it entertaining and usable. We, sync design, construction, and maintenance, allow those two to talk back and forth in their location language of choice. It's scalable. We can put all your jobs and all your assets in the application today. I have some projects that have over 2,800 asset flags that all have a form connected to them that inspectors are using right now. We work with the phone in your pocket, so no additional hardware is needed. The phone, it's either in your pocket, it could be in your hand, it could be in the table in front of you. That's what we need to roll this out. So again, you can put it in all of your employees' hands with relative ease. It's quick and easy to use. We say that the best technology is technology that gets used. Our feedback is the average user goes to the application 5 to 6 times a day to pull information. So it's something that you could implement onto your job site tomorrow. Today they're walking around looking for a stake. Tomorrow they have that instant station alignment and offset right in their hand. And it's not intrusive. Your guys and gals are texting and taking pictures all day. If they do it in OnStation, we date, time, station stamp it, and then give you lots of ways to sync that to where you want to go. So thank you for this opportunity to present. That's our story. It's exciting. We're making lots of progress. We're evolving every day. Enjoy the rest of the conference. And yeah, again, stay safe and thank you very much.